I'm in Pooh Shiesty paperwork.
Yeah,
Nah,
his
it's a
name's in
few
Pooh
names.
Shiesty
Hell
paperwork.
yeah,
Pooh
it's some names in there.
Shiesty talked about two niggas in his paperwork because he got two co-defendants. And in his proffer, he mentioned both of them.
Everything on.
Y'all be letting that fat, bald-headed, relevant ass nigga always voice his opinion on shit and shit, man. Man, that shit about John gangster, cuz. My nigga ain't snitched on no nigga, never been break the.
The parties agree to recommend, right? So look, this is usually not even there. When somebody's snitching, like in 6ix9ine's case, they didn't recommend nothing in his plea agreement.
What's up, people? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna talk about that whole Pooh Shiesty case versus, Wack 100 and his words on Clubhouse. Now, my thing is this: is that whenever you see Wack 100 on the street, he's either probably handling some business moves or whatever the case may be, but most of the time, bulk of the time that you may see him is on the internet, on Clubhouse, talking about issues that, a lot of people wouldn't talk about, saying things that, a lot of people wouldn't talk about, voicing his opinions that, it may rub people off the wrong way, whatever the case may be. But my thing is this, right? You cannot call nobody a snitch if they admitted to what they did, you know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I said that is because, he went on Clubhouse and said some things, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to insert clips or whatever the case may be. But he sat there and he called Pooh Shiesty a snitch because he snitched on his other two co-defendants, and on the proffer, and I'm reading the proffer, it sounds like a plea agreement. And when I looked up what proffer means, essentially what a proffer means is that, whatever you may have done, whether it be some shooting, some robberies, whatever the case may be, you can be able to walk scot-free and pretty much confess to your crimes, you know what I'm saying, which he had a couple of crimes that he confessed to that he cannot be charged for. The moment you confess to certain charges or certain crimes, you cannot be charged later on in life. So he had a couple of shootings, he confessed to a couple of shootings, whatever the case may be, but the main shootings that he being charged for is the shooting that happened in somewhere in Florida when he had the Green McLaren, broad daylight on camera, and also the situation that happened with him in the club. When he had dropped some money or lost some money, and how academics say the broke boys got a scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Nah, let me stop. But he had dropped some money in the club, and he got mad because he couldn't find his money and niggas was playing with him. So he started to let off shots and he hit somebody. And after that, I heard that he tried to pay off the person and the person didn't want to press charges, but the feds picked up the charge. See, that's the thing though. Like, a lot of people don't know, or a lot of people don't really realize is that, if you pay a person off, whatever you did to that person, you paid them off and they dropped the charges or whatnot, it's still up to the state, and now it's up to the feds to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? The feds is gonna pick up that case. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's going through. And they offering him 97 months, you know what I'm saying, for him and his other two Codys, and the other two Codys may get a little bit more time because they not well known, and at the same time the two Codys probably was committing other crimes, didn't think that they was going to either get caught until probably later on, but they got caught, so they said fuck it, we might as well just I guess you could sit there and say a prophet is self-snitching, but everybody self-snitch, so you can't really hold Pooh Shiesty accountable. You can't sit there and say, he told the cops because he ain't tell the cops nothing. The cops don't got a written statement from him. There's no videotape. You know what I'm saying? It's always time after time again we see either certain people write statements, certain people take the stand, certain people is on video in the interrogation room. Like, there's a lot of ways you can't snitch on motherfuckers. But at the same time, if you and your Codys, y'all sit there and plead out and y'all not snitching on each other, cool. That's not snitching. But at the same time, if one of the Codys, there's 3 people on the case, Pooh Shiesty is 2 Codys, you know what I'm saying? If those 2 Codys or one of the Codys sit there and back out and sit there and say, nah, I ain't do that, then they could sit there and use Pooh Shiesty and the other Cody that sat there and written and sealed and told the story. That would be, snitching. But at that time, I feel like that would be, some type of dry snitching. Even though snitching is snitching, it'll be dry snitching because at the time, y'all all 3 sat there, signed, written, and gave up y'all point of views of what happened in certain crimes. But at the same time, you reneged and you backed out. Nah. So with that being said, that they sitting there trying to get Pooh Shiesty like 97 months. He already done a year. So if anything, 97 months is about what, 6, 7, maybe 8 years. Shit, he'll probably do like 4, 5, get out, still be hot. You know what I'm saying? Cause he's not that old. He's probably like in his early 20s, if I'm not mistaken with you. Yeah, I just looked it up right now. As a current me looking at this, he is right now the age of 22. So all right, he did a year in there. He'll probably get out in like, by the time he's 27, still have a nice, bright, shining career in front of him, be the most street nigga in the industry because he didn't beat shootings. He's gonna go down as a street and also a hip hop legend, you know what I'm saying? As far as like the South goes, the South region, and probably maybe the other rest of the hip hop community. But that's enough of me talking, man. Wack 100, you wrong for calling that man a little snitch or whatnot, whatever the case may be. You know that man wrote a profit. You know how the streets go. If you know how the streets go, you've been arrested, then you know this shit come with the shit. You know what I'm saying? It come with it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get caught up. It's the job for the cops and the DA is to catch you and to sentence you and shit like that. But I'm gonna get up out of here. That's enough of me talking. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Project Bagels who working, shout out Marlon and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we out of here.
Y'all be letting that fat, bald-headed, relevant ass nigga always voice his opinion on shit and shit, man. Man, that shit about John gangster, cuz. My nigga ain't snitched on no nigga, never been break the.
From around January 19th or earlier, continuing to at least July 2021 or later, Lontre Williams participated with Bobby Brown. This is where the names come in. Bobby Brown, that conspired to use or carry firearms during the relation